Let's talk about 10 simple ways YouTube could get fixed. Roll the intro.
This is Jagielski'S intro. Jagielski is published.
Number 10, a random button. So discoverability is a huge problem on YouTube, okay? There's little to no chance for brand new channels and creators to get an audience. The recommendation system is a joke. It is, okay? It is. Because it doesn't promote channels. Later we'll talk about that too. And it gives up too fast, okay? And such system is only useful when you are looking for something in particular, let's say how to cook a chicken or how to make a turkey for Thanksgiving. So yeah, it is not useful when you just want to watch something because you are bored and you don't know what to do else, okay? And because I want to convince both YouTube as a company and both those people who are thinking about the money and thinking about the users. So yeah, I've done a little bit of both. Every point has this thing where I say why it would improve YouTube, okay? Because it will solve discoverability issue, because any public video could be randomly selected to be shown, even those from brand new channels with 0 subscribers, okay? Because if you click that random button, it will go literally to a random public video, okay? You will skip over the unlisted and private for obvious reasons, but it will go to a random public video. And people who want to watch something and no recommendation is doing the trick could just press a random button and watch whatever it will bring, okay? And speaking of which, more YouTube videos switching by the usage of the random button, more chances to show pre-rolls and mid-rolls if the video click with the particular viewer, and that means more money for YouTube, okay? And any creator, no matter the size, will be able to make use of it. And since there are statistically more small creators than ones with millions of subscribers, it will help level the playing field, okay? Because small creators have it rough, okay? They have it really rough. Anyway, let's get to the next point. So we need to fix the recommendations algorithm, okay? It gives up too early, okay? It gives up too early, and this is a Dwarfcember video from the previous year, and it only got 531 thumbnail impressions. That's not even views, that's just thumbnail impressions. What the actual fuck, okay? So, almost 3 million YouTube users, and you are telling me that absolutely no one wants to see my bits? That's not true, okay? That's not true. Shut up! I just didn't get my audience, okay? Anyway. Or is it because the recommendation system giving up before reaching a statistically significant amount of thumbnail impressions? Because let's face it, 531, which is outlier in my case, outlier in the other direction, not the kind you thinking of, because I usually get 2k thumbnail impressions before the YouTube algorithm gives up, which also isn't statistically significant because you need sample size of at least 100,000, okay, 100k, and meaning that potentially great videos get skipped over just because they're not from a proven creator, okay, which sucks, okay. It sucks for the viewer because the viewer doesn't get to see a great video, and it sucks obviously for the creator because creator doesn't get any videos, any video views, okay? And it's not okay. You simply cannot decide if video is good or not after just over 500 thumbnail impressions. You can't, okay? You can't. That's just not statistically significant. And to fix that, you need to have at least 100k thumbnail impressions for each video. Show the thumbnail to completely random people if you run out of plausible people who you think, okay, think would enjoy it, okay? Not the people who would enjoy it because that's obviously a lot. There's 2.7 billion active users on YouTube each day. So obviously there's a viewer who is interested in every bit of content, okay? There's a viewer for everyone. There's more viewers than creators, okay? So show thumbnails to completely random people if you run out of plausible people who you think would enjoy it if you have to, okay? Because only then you will have a statistically significant sample size to decide if the video is good or not, okay? It will make it less possible for, and again, for ways statistically significant amount of thumbnail impressions will make YouTube better, okay? It will make it less possible for objectively good videos to be relegated to obscurity. You can't force anyone to watch. Just present them an opportunity. Therefore, actual crappy videos would still be filtered out. All the while great ones get the recognition they deserve, okay? Because you can't force people to click on video, okay? But you can give them the chance by showing them the thumbnail, okay? And having every video get at least 100k impressions will motivate creators to try everything possible, not just same videos, increasing long-term viewer engagement. Who never knows what he or she is getting into, okay? And by ensuring that each video is promoted by the algorithm until at least 100k thumbnail impressions are hit, shows to both creators and viewers that the algorithm is fair, which right now it isn't, by the way, and doesn't pick favorites. It does right now, which isn't visible now, okay? Oh fuck, oh fuck. What does this, anyway, let's get back to next thing. Anyway, stop permanent bans, except for the biggest offenders, okay? Because we need that, and I don't have any good picture for that, so let's just skip to the trace, okay? And people change, okay? People change. We have a saying in Poland that only a cow doesn't change its views, which means that only a cow, only an animal doesn't grow and change, okay? Humans do, okay? And therefore the permanent bans are morally wrong, okay? They are. And permanent suspensions should only be reserved for the biggest offenders, such as those involved in serious crime, okay? And always lack of permanent bans would improve YouTube. People who were banned for stupid teenage shit, because you know how teenagers are, okay? I wasn't, let's just say, I wasn't very nice as a teenager, okay? Let's just say that right away. I wasn't very nice, and yeah, people who were banned for stupid teenage shit would have a chance to start over once they learn how to be a grown up, okay? And everyone should get a chance to prove their reform, okay? Everyone. And while for some channels, permanent suspension should still be a thing, such as those distributing and or other illegal material. It is too strict for most offenses, such as swearing a little too much or being edgy. And more channels on the platform, more chances for YouTube to get paid via memberships or ads, okay? Because that's the thing, okay? YouTube is leaving money on the table, okay? Now, if I were, okay, this is not financial advice, okay? Don't do something because a random guy from Poland told you to do, okay? Because, yeah. But if I were a YouTube investor shareholder, I would be quite worried by the direction YouTube is taking, okay? Anyway. Number 7. End meaningless community strike messages, because they are meaningless, okay? So this is example I found on Google, and obviously I censored the channel in question and the video because I didn't want to get the channel in more trouble, but yeah, this is a very meaningless message. It doesn't tell what the offense was. So how the fuck if I were these guys, how the fuck I would be able to take to avoid making the same mistake in the future. Anyway, why it is not helpful, okay? And creators often might not know what they did wrong. This is what I was talking about a moment ago, which means they can't avoid making similar mistakes in the future, even if they have good intentions or meaningfully appeal the decision if it was made in error, okay? Because if you if the, let's say, video is reported for animal cruelty but there's no animals in the video, then yeah, then probably it was made in error, okay? So also meaningful community strike messages that include the exact rule that was broken would educate the creators on what not to do in a meaningful way. Let's be honest, because nobody reads algorithmic community guidelines list. Nobody reads the TOS, okay? They just click accept next, and in particular stubborn cases, just scroll until the end, accept next. So yeah. So this will ensure ensure that the content stays within the limits of what is allowed on YouTube, okay? And while there might be fears of people attempting to game the system, so if they do, okay, even if they do, the resulting content will still fit within the community guidelines standards, so it will be all good in the end. And if it doesn't, then obviously community guidelines can be always adjusted, okay? So how this will improve YouTube? So it will remove the guesswork regarding the reason particular content was removed, improving the percentage of people following the rules. Okay, because people want to follow rules and would do that if they know what the rules are. Okay, and getting a strike is a very stressful event for YouTuber. Knowing the reason of it would alleviate at least some of that stress and help with mental health of YouTube creators. So mental health is very obviously very big problem with online creators. Many unfortunately decided to conclude their existence because of what happened. And yeah, that was very sad, okay? And I decided to use that term because obviously I cannot use the S word and and the term analyze is not dignified enough in my opinion anyway. Even in the case of people trying to game the system, the resulting content will still follow all community guidance. So worrying about it is irrelevant, okay? So educational aspect, I've already told about it. It will make sure that creators are better than they are at following rules in the long term, ensuring that as many potential creators can monetize their content and bring YouTube profits via memberships, suppers, and ads, okay? Oh, that's big one, okay? That's big one. That's why it is in the thumbnail. That's why this is in the thumbnail of this video. Because, yeah. Bring back video and comment dislikes, okay? They can help users tell blatant misinformation apart from good content, okay? So this is a problem because usually when a video is massively disliked, it means that it's either scam or simply it's bad content, okay? Such as certain kind of slop, okay? So they can help users tell blatant misinformation apart from good content, and this applies to both videos and comments. Later of which can and often are left by comment bot, okay? So I bet that comment bot replies would be massively disliked. So the thing is that YouTube tracks the comment dislikes because when I let's say dislike a comment on the desktop in the browser and then go to the say phone version of mobile version of YouTube and go to the same video, the dislike comment by me is still highlighted as dislike, okay? So YouTube will definitely tracks that information it isn't stored in like cookies or anything, so yeah. They have that information, they just have to use it. And they help to accurately gauge how the community as a whole feels about certain matters, okay? And by disabling comments and video dislikes, it's easier for state-sponsored propaganda, let's say Russian one, to spread as people might not realize something is a deliberate misinformation. And always bringing back comment and video dislikes would make YouTube better, because it would. And having access to not only likes but also dislikes brings more trust from users than that specific comment video is legit and not astroturf scam, whatever. So yeah, that's what I thought, thought about, because any manipulation comments would be massively disliked, and it would be hard to re-implement, as YouTube has already the data about people disliking videos. That's what I said. If I yeah, dislike comments disliked across many devices, meaning that are not simply saved as cookies or local storage or whatever. It is popular these days in browsers anyway. It will make much harder for hostile state actors to create influence campaigns by simply fooling the platform with videos of specific messages, because those videos will be massively disliked, and it will keep both creators and commenters honest, because yep, and will make famous less common, as they will simply be widely disliked, okay? Oh, maybe I should. Yeah, I probably use that as a video thumbnail, because that is, you can filter that dislikes anyway. Bring back full channel customization. So this is something that I found via Web Archive. Thank you, Web Archive, for that image. But yeah, bring back the full channel customization, okay? So let creators express themselves. Current customization features are very minimal. Just the banner image and avatar, okay? Maybe video watermark if one feels fancy. Most creators I saw don't, okay? So supposedly this is for reliability on mobile devices. However, there's no reason full customization, including channel background, couldn't be done, so it looks good on both desktop, mobile and TV, and I just realized that I don't know what both means. Anyway, the lack of proper customization leads to every channel looking the same instead of feeling like creators own space, okay? It does, okay? But back then, every channel was very different, very cool. That's side weekly. It has something that would be interesting for modern YouTube to see, okay? Because it looks like YouTube should be looking right now. Anyway, for ways bringing back enhanced customization would make YouTube better. So branding is everything, okay? By allowing brands to express themselves with customized look on the channel page, it's more likely that big companies will put more stuff on YouTube rather than their own sites and servers. And the homepage of YouTube, as well as play page for individual videos, can look as they do now, the customization would only affect the individual channel pages, okay? And by allowing creators to express themselves with custom channels backgrounds and perhaps even font choices from the hundreds Google fonts, web fonts, it will motivate creators to create unique content that will bring in more people and that viewers as well the creators to the platform. Also, it will be a good PR move to do, and YouTube really needs one right now. Okay, it needs all the good PR it can get, and yeah. So yeah, number 4: do only as much as the law requires you to do. Okay, don't bend over backwards in content moderation. Okay. So I've grabbed this picture from Google. I've thought about removing that watermark, but I decided to leave that in because I want people to be able to look up origins of my pictures, and that particular organization is very good. Anyway, well, only as much as law requires should be done, okay? The rest should be left to the users, okay? So while it might be required to remove certain content to be in accordance with the law, such as, I don't know, pirated movies, so YouTube often go overboard in regards to that, okay? It does, it removes content that it is not legally required to remove, okay? So only content that is strictly required to be removed by law should be moderated. The rest should be up to users to filter out, okay? So features like muted words, phrases that would exclude content with specific phrases in the metadata. Metadata being the title, description, tags, and so on. Would let users self-moderate their YouTube experience without affecting other users who might want to see certain content, okay? And while YouTube currently can hide content from certain channels via don't recommend this channel feature, sadly there's no way to disable content with certain words or phrases from appearing in the user's feed, okay? So 4 ways only doing as much as the law requires would improve YouTube. So first of all, less moderation overhead, okay? You won't have to train human moderators or run AI moderation algorithms. We'll talk about AI shortly. As much as you need to when overburdening yourselves by doing more than the law requires from you. So greater creator freedom, okay? By only moderating just enough to stay compliant with the law, you give creators space to experiment and do cool stuff, okay? And users self-moderation, muted phrases words, muting certain channels and so on, is a suitable replacement for global moderation, and it is also cheaper to run, meaning that the end of the year bonus can be higher. Because it won't be long before people will be sharing blockies of channels and phrases words to avoid, and it could be easy applied. And also greater range for monetization, okay? So while not all of the videos will be advertisers friendly, because let's face it, they won't be, especially those made by edgy teenagers. Having creators only worry about being law compliant would mean that they can make content they otherwise would not, and which is perfectly fine to monetize, okay? Because some creators self-censor too much and censor content that would be otherwise interesting to advertisers to advertise on, and censor themselves just unfortunately too much, which is very bad, okay? So that another big one. Make shorts and streams optional, okay? So everyone wins when you can disable content types you don't like, okay? Because not everyone wants to watch only shorts or only long videos or only streams. And currently there's no way to disable certain pieces of content like short shelf or hide live streams unless you use certain browser extensions. Won't name them, you can Google, you can find them if you want to. And in turn, these annoys people who only want to see certain type, most commonly they want to see long form videos on YouTube. Want to see certain type of content and not something they don't like, because newsflash, many people don't like shorts, okay? I don't like shorts, I don't watch shorts, and annoyed people in turn either leave YouTube for other activities such as watching cable TV or playing video games when they could be doing YouTube, okay? Always letting people choose what content types appear in their feeds would improve YouTube. It would improve user retention both in short and long term. Funny that. As it would allow users less, and it will only, as it would allow users less to see content types they don't tend to watch, and which to them are only polluting their feeds. So nobody wants to live in a dumpster, maybe except Asmund Gold. Bless his soul. Anyway, with increased retention, people are much more likely to interact with content they like, meaning more views for the creators and more revenue for YouTube. So having YouTube be more central to people's lives also means that these people will be even more likely to tie their career to with YouTube in some form, either by buying ad space for the companies or by becoming content creators themselves. And yeah, the biggest one, different strokes for different folks, because everyone likes something different, okay? So yeah, number two, less AI, more profits. So AI is expensive, okay? It's expensive as fuck, annoys people, and it simply is not good enough yet. So you might think that by utilizing generative AI, you're saving money that would otherwise be used to make payroll. That's not strictly correct, okay? This is again more for the people more financially minded at YouTube, okay? So yeah. So AI models cost a lot to train. They do maintain, because you need to check if they don't generate bad stuff, which they often do, and then prevent them from doing that again, and also to run, because they need massive server farms. And so you might be losing more money than if you'd hire a human, even if you are just renting AI from another company. So let's say you are making you are a small bakery and you are renting you have a ChatGPT subscription. So this is still more expensive to generate I don't know ads with ChatGPT than to hire a human to do so. Okay, and at the same time, most AI models are simply not up to the task. Okay, I am not one of those people who don't like AI for ethical reasons, but my gosh, they are not good. Okay, they are not good. They are very bad at their job. Humans still do better than AIs. That will change, of course, it will change, but until then, the AI models shouldn't be used. Okay, that will change in time, but right now they are awful. Okay, so they are not up to the task and tend to make a lot of stupid mistakes, which they do. Don't hire AI lawyers. Uh, it will make fake cases. Okay, and which means that any advantages of using AI that could have that AI could have over hiring a human disappear when human needs to correct all the mistakes AI did. Okay, because might as well hire a human to do the work in the first place. So while in the future models will definitely improve, they are not ready yet for wide deployment. And the biggest one, AI usage annoys both viewers and the creators. Okay, and YouTube is nothing without viewers and the creators. Do you really want to become a MySpace of video sites? I don't know which one would be Facebook or video sites, but uh, trust me, you don't want to become MySpace of video sites. Anyway, so 4 ways using AI would improve YouTube. Users wouldn't get annoyed or angered by AI usage, meaning they would stay on the platform for longer, watching more videos and having more ads sent to them. Okay, which is great financially for YouTube. Okay, because YouTube keeps losing money. So repeating work already done also generates costs, and unfortunately, in many cases, a human has to go over the incoherent babble of an undercooked AI model and fix its mistakes, losing any advantage using AI might otherwise have. That's also true. And cost of AI is high, and 95% of AI related projects fail. They even break even, consistently losing investors money. Okay, so YouTube might might be in the remaining 5%, but it's statistically unlikely. And in the future, AI might have a place on YouTube. However, as it stands now, it is not the right time to implement it. Okay, costs are high, and any potential benefits are minimal. Okay, they are. And biggest one, remove monetization threshold. Okay, this is what happens when you remove monetization threshold, by the way. So look at that money on the table. It's a lot of money. Okay, so by not monetizing all creators regardless of how much viewers, subscribers, watch time they have, YouTube leaves a lot of money on the table, okay? So some creators have small but tiny communities that would gladly pay the creators if given a chance. Look at how many creators have Patreons, even those who don't otherwise qualify for YPP. And assuming each of the 2.7 billion estimated YouTube users would get someone to purchase $5 membership on their channel, that's additional 13,500,000,000 monthly income from YouTube, okay? Obviously, it's probably less, but still a large figure in the billions, okay? And for ways this would improve YouTube, okay? Creators being able to monetize their channels from the get-go without wasting months of possibly even years to get appropriate amount of subscribers, watch time, and so on would greatly motivate them to make more content, which makes more likely that they will make good content eventually. And by monetizing all of the channels, unless there's something really wrong with the created stuff she makes, like it's I don't know, animal abuse that shouldn't be monetized, that shouldn't be on YouTube probably. And by monetizing all of the channels, YouTube ensures that maximum possible revenue is earned, fulfilling its fiduciary duty. And creators monetizing their channels as soon as possible means they can get to full-time YouTubing sooner, which in turn means that more content of high quality is produced. And as creators earn more money through YouTube monetization for all, people watching YouTube can enjoy a wider variety of better made content than the current offerings. Because there's times that I open YouTube on my mobile device, scroll, then I close it because there's nothing interesting to watch. But of course, we know YouTube will never do any of this because they are dumb, okay? All of this make too much sense for YouTube to do that, but maybe I am wrong, so I dare need Mohan to prove me wrong. But hire me as the CEO instead, because as you probably realize by now, Jagielski is perfection, ultimate perfection, and good.